Hi everyone, this is another short yoga sequence video. It's really targeted to your outer hips, your side body, lower back, and inner thighs. It's really great to unwind after a run or if you've been getting outside and walking more or hiking. It's targeted to those areas where we hold lots of tension after doing those lower body exercises. So I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to start in a seated position down on our mat. Just go ahead and close your eyes. Bring your hands flat down on your knees. Take a breath in, roll your shoulders up towards your ears, and then let them draw down towards your spine. Inhale, roll your shoulders up, back, and down as you exhale. One more time, deep breath in, and deep breath out. So you can keep your eyes closed and start to walk your fingers as you fold forward, hinging at your hips. Walk your fingers forward and let your head fall towards the floor. Breathing in deeply through your nose, expanding the back of your ribs. And then exhaling to release. One more time, inhale. Exhale, release, let your body fall towards the floor, and then next time you inhale, start to walk your hands closer to your body. Walk them all the way behind you. Start to lift your chest and look up. Draw your shoulder blades together. And then come back to center. Switch the cross of your legs. Take a breath in. Lengthen out your spine, and as you breathe out, you can go ahead and close your eyes. Walk your fingers forward. Let your head fall and fold nice and deep into your legs. Deep breath in into the back of your ribs, back of your lungs. And deep breath out to release. One more time, breathe in through your nose. And then exhale, let your body fall closer to the floor, closer to your legs. And then when you inhale, slowly rise back up, walk your hands towards your body, all the way to the back of your mat. Inhale behind your hips. Inhale, lift your chest. Maybe open up your throat. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. And as you exhale, just come back to neutral. We're going to just roll over onto our knees. So come to standing on your knees on your mat. You might want to face the long edge of your mat and extend your right leg out. So your toes are going to be facing forward, facing the long edge of your mat. So we're going to start here by bringing our right hand down our right leg, and then sweep your left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in, get really long in your spine, and then as you exhale, side bend directly towards your right leg. So let your right hand slide down your leg. Try to have your arm tracking in the same direction as your ear. Plug your left arm into your left shoulder, and then lengthen from your shoulder to your fingertips, from your left hip to your left fingertips. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, just gently round, look down to the floor, round your upper back. And here, breathe in and lengthen out your arm again. So you should feel it in the back side of your left side body. And then continue that rounding. Maybe you can reach and sweep your fingers all the way to the floor. Bring your left hand down beside your left knee. Bring it out as far as you need, and your right hand's going to reach straight up to the ceiling. So if this is a really good stretch for your side body here, stay here. Keep pressing your right foot into the floor. Or you can extend your arm up and over your ear, reaching all the way towards the back edge of your mat. So take a breath in, make sure your chest and throat is nice and open. And then as you exhale, we're going to round our upper back again slightly. So round your shoulder in, look down towards the floor, and breathe. So you'll feel this a little bit deeper in your lower back on the right side. And then again, exhale, sweep your fingers coming all the way back up, reaching your left arm up and maybe over, and start those really big circles. Sweeping your hand down, your left hand drops on the floor, right hand reaches up, all the way over, and round and sweep all the way back down. Okay, one more time. Rounding your left arm up, reaching it straight up to the ceiling. And then come all the way back down. Left hand grounds down, right hand reaches all the way up. And roll your arm and your shoulder up and then down. Coming right back up to standing on your knees. And then extending your left leg out. Your toes are pointing directly towards the long edge of your mat. You're going to let your left hand come down your left leg. Reach your right hand straight up to the ceiling first, and then start to side bend towards the left. So you want your arm in line with your ear. Breathe into the side of your body, and breathe out. Maybe let your left hand slide down your left leg slightly. And then look down towards the floor, round your upper back. Drop your right shoulder slightly. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, sweep your right arm down. Bring it all the way to the floor beside your right knee, and lift your left arm straight up to the ceiling. Really ground into that left foot, and stay here if this is a really nice stretch, or reach up and over to line your left arm with your left ear. Breathe into the left side. As you breathe out, look down towards the floor, round your left shoulder, and then slowly start your circles, coming all the way up to stand on your knees. Left hand sweeps down your left leg, right hand reaches all the way up and over. Round your right shoulder in. Sweep your fingertips nice and close to the floor. Drop your right hand beside your right knee. Reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. Round your shoulder. Drop your arm as you exhale. Sweep your fingertips along the floor. We'll do one more. Inhale, right arm reaches up as your left hand comes down your left leg. Drop your right shoulder, look down towards the floor. As you exhale, sweep your fingertips down towards the floor. Drop your right hand beside your right knee, left hand reaches up. Come all the way over, nice big circle. And then come back up to standing on your knees. Awesome. You want to turn to face the front of your mat once again. Hands down on the floor. So you're on your hands and knees here. Inhale, get a nice long spine. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up and back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel free to keep your knees bent here. And a deep breath out. Here, inhale, come really high up on your toes. As you exhale, drop over to the outside edge of your left foot, inside edge of your right foot. And then bend your knees and shift your hips up and back. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, drop onto the outside edge of your right foot, inside edge of your left foot, bend your knees, and press your hips up and back. Lean your chest back towards your thighs. Inhale, back to center, and then exhale, drop both heels back towards the floor. Take a breath in, lengthen out your spine. And then exhale, at the bottom of your exhale, you're going to look forward, bend your knees, and walk up to the top of your mat. Here, your feet are nice and wide. Your toes are going to track outside the edge of your mat. So your toes are turning out. Bend your knees slightly, and then as you inhale, you're going to kind of ragdoll, round your spine all the way up to stand. When you inhale, reach your arms straight up to the ceiling. And then when you exhale, slightly bend your knees, round and drop, rounding your spine down, letting go of your head. And as you inhale, keep your knees bent. Round your spine all the way back up until you stand right up, lengthen your legs, reach up to the ceiling. And one more time, bend your knees. Drop your hips slightly, drop your head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Breathe in and reach up. And last one, exhale, bend your knees. Let your head and shoulders and hands come towards the floor. This time dropping into a malasana, and we're not completely warmed up yet, so just take it easy. Keep your hands on the floor and shift your weight from side to side. Breathing in towards one side, breathing out towards the other side. And then find center here. Your malasana might not be as deep as you're used to because our hips aren't warmed up yet. Feel free to bring a block underneath your sit bones, or feel free to keep your hands on the floor. And then from here, lift your hips up, turn your toes in slightly, And take a really wide-legged forward fold. Drop your head down. You can walk your fingers back. Keep your knees slightly bent. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. As you come up halfway, walk your feet in a little bit. So your feet are hip distance apart. Halfway lift, lengthen out your spine. And as you exhale, fold and release down to the floor. You're stepping your left foot all the way to the back of your mat and take a low lunge. For this low lunge, you want to walk your right foot to the outside edge of your mat. So your hands are on the inside of your foot. So this will be our inhale, and if you need a little bit of lift, you can grab a block or even a book. So your chest is lifted slightly. And then when you exhale, we're going to come into a half Hanuman, so shift your hips back, lengthen your right leg, pull your right toes towards your face, and lengthen out your spine. So as you inhale, you're going to shift your hips forward, lift your chest. And when you exhale, you're going to tilt your hips back and bring your toes up, lengthen your spine. Inhale, drop your hips, lengthen your chest forward, and exhale, press your hips back, half Hanuman. Inhale to shift your hips forward, plant your hands down on your mat to remove your block if you're using it, and lift your back toes. So we're going to hold this position, so an active lizard pose. Your right foot is flat on the floor, both hands are flat on the floor, and then try to lift that back knee as much as you can. Breathe in, lengthen your spine, and as you breathe out, we're going to step this right foot back into a plank pose. Drop your knees, chest and chin down to the floor. Untuck your toes, inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down, roll onto your toes, tuck your on your knees, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling, breathe in. So same leg as we had forward, step it forward between your hands, and drop your knee back down to the floor. So this time, we're going to walk our right foot over to the left side. So right beside your left hand. So you're going to roll on the outside edge of your right foot. And then just like a lunge, you're going to drop your hips and let this right knee turn out and open towards the floor. Okay, so your right foot is super flexed, your chest is lifted. You're going to feel a pretty intense stretch on the outside of your right hip. Breathe through it. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, come back to center, so walk your foot back to the center of your hands. Come into a lunge. Tuck your toes, lift your back knee once again. Take a breath in, reach up to the ceiling. And breath out, sink your hips nice and low. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your mat. Step your left foot in, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. And as you exhale, drop your right hand down your right leg and take a nice side bend over to the right side. Do those same circles, so look down towards the floor, drop your shoulder, and then circle all the way up and over until your right arm reaches up to the ceiling, left arm is sliding down your left leg. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to round and circle all the way back over to the right side until your left arm lifts up and over your head. The right arm is tracking down your right leg. Exhale, circling all the way back over to the left side. Breathe in and breathe out. Stay here. Inhale, reach all the way back up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. And this time we're going to step our right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Drop your knee down to the floor. And then walk your left foot all the way over to the left side of your mat. So your hands are in between, in the center of your mat, and your left foot is outside of your left hand. So this will be our inhale, lengthen your chest forward. And as you exhale, you're going to shift your hips back, lift your left toes, lengthen your spine. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press back. Last time, breathe in, come forward. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, really active lizard pose here. Planting both your hands, look past your fingers, press your entire left foot onto the floor, and really lift that back knee, engage your right quadricep muscle. Breathe in, and breathe out. As you at the bottom of your exhale, you're going to sweep your left leg back, plank pose. You can drop your knees, chest and chin down to the floor, or move through chaturanga all the way down to your mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg lifts back up. So same leg, step it forward between your hands. Drop your right knee down, and you're going to walk your left foot over to the right side of your mat. So towards your right hand. Both hands are flat on your mat, and your left foot is on the outside edge of your foot. Flex your toes and drop your hips forward and down. So your left knee's opening. You're not completely in a pigeon pose, just a really active hip opening lunge here. Breathe in, lift your chest, and breathe out. Bring your foot back down to the floor. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, engage your inner thighs and lift your chest to reach up to the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out, sink a little deeper into your lunge. Inhale, and then exhale, hands to the mat. Step your right foot forward, breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, fold forward, and rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, side bend over to the right, circle forward and down, reaching your left arm up, side bend to the left, circle your shoulder, look down towards the floor, circle your arm all the way over to the right side. One more time, breathe in, side bend to the right, circle all the way down, side bend to the left. Inhale, reach all the way up to the ceiling, and as you exhale, fold forward. Step your left foot back once again, this time warrior two stance. Rise all the way up to warrior two and sink your hips down. Look forward past your fingers, breathe in and breathe out. Reverse your warrior. So just like that gate pose we did at the beginning, you're reaching your arms straight up to the ceiling, your left arm is tracking down your left leg, and maybe taking a side bend to intensify that stretch in your side body. Come back to center. You're going to keep your feet exactly the way they are, but you're just going to turn your body to face the long edge of your mat. Actually, your right foot's probably going to turn to face forward slightly. From here, we're going to bring our hands to the floor, so your right knee is bent, your right foot is pointing towards the corner of your mat. Your left arm is going to be like one handprint forward in front of your shoulder, and you'll take your right hand and bring it as if you're putting it in your jean pockets behind you. So first stay here, breathe and lengthen your chest, and as you exhale, keep your lower body exactly where it is and turn towards your shoulder, looking up to the ceiling, looking over your right shoulder, and sink your hips, bend into this right knee until you feel a stretch in your inner thigh on the left side. Awesome. Come back, walk your hands forward, lift your left heel, plant your hands, step all the way back into a plank pose, breathe in, look forward, and move through chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend, baby cobra, cobra, or up dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale through your nose. Deep exhale through your nose. Look forward, walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Take a breath in, halfway lift. Breath out. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Into warrior two. Open up to warrior two. Breathe in and breathe out. As you exhale, you're going to open up into reverse warrior, starting with your right hand tracking down your right leg, left hand reaching straight up to the ceiling. And if you want to intensify the side bend here, you can reach all the way up and back. Getting a nice side bend in the left side of your body. Back to warrior two. Turn your front toes to face the left corner of your mat. Bring your hands down to the floor. Hands down to the floor. This time your left hand's going to stay down on the floor. Your right hand's going to stay down on the floor. Your left hand's going to come up to your lower back as if you're putting your hand in your jean pocket. Lengthen out your spine here, and then start to turn and look over your left shoulder. So trying to draw your elbow in towards the center of your body as you twist. And if you need to get a little deeper to get a stretch on the inside of your right leg, bend that left knee a little bit as you twist. Come back to center. Look forward, lift your heel up, and step your foot all the way to the back of your mat, plank pose. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale through your nose. Deep exhale through your nose. Breathe in and breathe out. And drop your knees down to the floor. Make it into a seated position on your mat. Okay, so crossing your legs in front of you. We're going to take the right foot with the left hand. Okay, so in this kind of pigeon position, you want to make sure your right foot is flexed. So two options. You can either hang on to your left knee as if you're cradling a baby, or you can start to work on wrapping your hand around your leg. Ideally, eventually you want to get your knee right up and over your shoulder. Some of us aren't there yet. So whatever position you're in, imagine you're kind of just rocking a baby, drawing your knee in towards your shoulder and your foot, and then your foot over towards your left knee. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then whatever position you want to hold here, you can keep cradling your leg like a baby, or you can start to try to wrap your leg up and over your shoulder, and then we'll pause here. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, lifting your chest, sitting nice and tall, and breathing out. And then relax that foot back down to the floor. We're going to switch the cross of our legs. Holding onto your left foot with your right hand, and then cradling your knee with your left arm. Inhale as you press your knee underneath your armpit. Exhale as you bring your foot closer to your right knee. And just cradling it back and forth, kind of working with the mobility of your left hip. And then from here, either staying here and drawing your leg nice and close to your chest, or starting to wrap your leg up and over your shoulder, depending on your mobility. Keep drawing your leg nice and close to your chest and lift your chest so you're standing nice and tall, sitting nice and tall. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Release your leg and cross your legs in a position that's comfortable for you. Close your eyes. Breathe in, lift your shoulders up. Exhale, let them roll down and back. One more time, inhale. Exhale, roll them down and back. And then just let your shoulders fall. Come back to a natural breath. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your nose. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me this afternoon. Namaste.